outside with One Tough Melody. And the second liners are Noah the Shark and Reincarnate. So they're getting in behind the gate for the running of our trial today. Over the 1740, the outside runners are coming right up now. And they are One Tough Melody and also Reincarnate's wide out. In the second line position, Reincarnate on the outside of Noah the Shark. About to see them away in the trial. Starter has them at his dispatch point, and they're racing now in the trial, and they look to leave in a fairly even line. Down near the inside, Say It Again was one of the first ones out, and Phil Carlo for Phil Maguire was going up in the early stages. They were being followed by African Legend. The Neil Day Drive is out 3 wide, and Neil's deciding to either go forward or go back as the leader broke and got out of its gear there. Now it's down again, but conceded some ground. Say It Again, and around the outside it's going to be African Legend for Neil Day to take it up from Phil Carlo. They're going to be followed through then by Gosling in Flight, who's gone up on the outside of Say It Again. I'm Emphatic is balancing up on the inside, 4 to 5 back, and then Reincarnate moving on the outside. Further back in behind those was Eric George for Darryl Perrott. Over on the inside of them, well back in the field at this stage was Noah the Shark, and the last one looked to be Gosling in Flight as they've gone past the winning post. About third to last was Magenta Rose. They've paced 29 and 8 for the first quarter of the last mile, and the Goulburn Visitor, African Legend for Neil Day, took them to the 800 in front by about 3 metres. On its back was Phil Carlo, and they were being followed. Up on the outside was Gosling in Flight. A nice run in the trial for Reincarnate, whose fourth one out for Brett Hogan. Further back on the inside, there's one going roughly there as well. Eric George was very rough in its gate, and up in front of it was Say It Again, who broke earlier. They were being followed through by I'm Emphatic. Eric George getting going again, and further back in the field on the outside, Magenta Rose being followed by Noah the Shark, and the last one was One Tough Melody as they've come inside the 400 now. 29 and 8, 30 and 4, 29 and 4, and the Visitor in front, the leader, travelling up very strongly is the Neil Day Drive African Legend. African Legend is at the top of the lane, and by 4 metres, Reincarnate's a danger, and further back then, over along the inside then, was Phil Carlo. Reincarnate coming out to have a look at African Legend, who's got nothing left. Reincarnate races up on the outside for Brett Hogan, takes the lead close to home. Reincarnate beats African Legend. Third home would be Phil Carlo, and they were followed by Noah the Shark and I'm Emphatic and Say It Again. Further back then raced Magenta Rose. Eric George was well back, and so too was Gosling in Flight, and just up with it was also One Tough Melody. Number 10, Reincarnate, trained by Colin McLaughlin and driven by Brett Hogan, will be first and beat number 5, African Legend, trained and driven by Neil Day, and number 4, Phil Carlo, will run third, trained and driven by Phil Maguire. 10.54, 10.5 and 4, 207.6 was the overall, and the winner's mile rate was 1:58. That winner getting in by probably 3 metres on the line, maybe a little less, coming away late. It's 10, 5, 4 and 9 with the winner Reincarnate.